It usually starts on a day so ordinary that you don't even bother remembering what the weather was like. You were just scrolling through a sea of faces on social media or sitting at a corner table in your favorite cafe. Then a tiny notification or brief hello changed the rhythm of your heart. At first, it was just polite small talk about the rain or a cup of coffee. But somehow, those few words turned into conversations that stretched until the stars began to fade. You discovered she liked the same old crackling vinyl songs that nobody else seems to care about. She shared hidden fears that you've never dared to whisper to your closest friends. And for the first time in a long while, you felt a strange, quiet motivation waking up inside you. You started tidying up your room, making your bed every morning as if preparing for a guest who might never arrive. You found yourself focusing more on your work, wanting to become a version of yourself you could be proud of. The future, which used to feel like a blurry gray haze, suddenly started to look clear and bright. Every time you talked to her, you felt like you were finally seeing the path you were meant to walk. You started rushing to find your charger the moment the battery hit 1%, terrified the line would go dead. Without realizing it, your phone became the warmest thing in your room on a cold night. You began to see the world through her eyes. You'd take photos of a beautiful orange sunset or a lonely stray cat just to have an excuse to message her. You'd save a funny meme or a song lyric, thinking, she's gonna love this. There were moments when you completely forget that in reality, the two of you were still strangers. You started forming new habits that centered around a person you had never actually touched. Waiting for that good morning text became the most important part of your sunrise. Smiling at your phone in a crowded elevator, feeling like you had a beautiful secret the world didn't know. The warmth of those late night calls built a safe zone where you felt completely invincible. But life has a way of turning corners without ever giving you a warning. One day, the notifications just stop. At first, you think she's probably just busy, or maybe her phone died. You send a light-hearted message, waiting for that familiar ping that usually comes within minutes. An hour passes, then 5, then a whole day of silence. You check her status, seeing that online dot, and your heart sinks a little deeper into your chest. You type a long message, pour your heart into it, then delete it all because you don't want to seem desperate. You eventually send a simple, "Is everything okay?" But the silence is the only answer that comes back. Your vibrant chat history becomes a cold graveyard of unanswered questions. No argument, no explanation, no closure. She vanishes as if she were a ghost you had imagined all along. You check your phone every 5 minutes, a phantom vibration in your pocket making you jump. You walk through the streets surrounded by real people you can touch, yet you feel more alone than ever. The person you want to reach is hidden behind a frozen screen that refuses to light up for you. You realize that no answer is in itself the cruelest answer a person can give. You find yourself trapped in a book where the final chapter was ripped out by a stranger. You see her everywhere, in the title of a book you plan to read together, or in the smell of rain on the pavement. This pain is strange because you have no right to be jealous. You have no status to demand an explanation, no title to justify your grief. It's the hollow ache of losing a future that existed only in your head. A future that felt so real in your heart, yet had no foundation in reality. It takes a long time before you can look at your phone without your heart tightening in a flicker of hope. After a story like this ends, you might sit in the dark and ask yourself, why? Why does it hurt so much for someone I've never even met face to face? You might feel foolish, like a child crying over a broken toy that wasn't even theirs. You judge yourself for being too sensitive, too naive, or too easily led. But please listen to these words with all the kindness you can find. Your feelings are not a mistake. They are completely valid and profoundly real. Your heart is not weak for aching over a stranger. It is simply human. We don't just miss a person. We miss the half-told story our mind was desperate to finish. The human brain hates a circle that isn't closed. When someone leaves without a goodbye, they leave an open loop that keeps your soul awake at night. You are also grieving an idealized version of her that you built with your own hopes and dreams. You saw her through the lens of your own expectations and your own longings. In the digital world, we fill the gaps of a person with our own goodness. We create a reflection of what we desire most in another human being. You loved the way she made you feel about yourself for a while. You loved the way the world felt a little less lonely, a little more colorful because of her. You missed the person you were when you were talking to her, someone who was more responsible, more hopeful, and more excited for tomorrow. You are mourning a safe haven, that rare feeling of being truly heard in a noisy world. But you must remember one thing. Even if she was just an illusion or a fleeting spark, the love you gave was 100% real. The care you showed, the growth you experienced, those things belong to you, not her. The fact that it hurts only proves that you possess a heart capable of deep, beautiful connection. You weren't wrong to trust, and you weren't crazy to hope for something real. It shows that you have so much love to give, even to someone you've never held. Because in the end, the most beautiful thing wasn't her existence. It was the light she managed to wake up inside of you. That version of you who tidied the room and looked toward the sun, that wasn't her. That was always you. She was just the mirror that helped you see what you were already capable of. So take a deep breath and let the grief wash over you until it's gone. Carry that light she helped you find and keep walking forward. Save your sincerity for the one who will do more than just text you in the dark. Save it for the one who will stand beside you in the sunlight and hold your hand in the real world. Thank you for the memories, and goodbye to the stranger I will never forget.